Hi, sir. Welcome on E Times. First of all, tell me something about this music video. What inspired you during this lockdown? This is your second music video. Of course, not directed by you this time because Fatima Sana Sheikh took over as a director. So, what do you have to say about this music video?
Actually, the music video, it comes out of the music,
Yeah.
So the song came first. It's not like a chicken egg situation, which came first.
Yeah.
The song came first. So this song has been with me for past 25 years. This is a very
Okay.
old passion of mine. And,
Hmm.
when we were starting, when I came to Bombay,
Hmm.
Hansal Mehta, it was composed for Hansal Mehta for,
Okay.
for, for one of his projects.
Hmm.
And this is written by a great poet. His name is Dr. Bashir Badr. And
Hmm.
as I have mentioned in many places, that the most famous thing in
Hmm.
those days, those years, was about him.
Hmm.
When he was studying in post graduation in Aligarh University, he was doing his post graduation in Urdu literature. So
Hmm.
his own poetry was part of the curriculum.
Hmm.
So university had to make a special question paper for him.
Hmm.
So it's written by him. So this song then now when I launched my music label, the whole reason to launch the music label was
Hmm.
that I am able to assemble my all these orphan compositions who are
Hmm.
like this, looking at me with their faces up
Hmm.
in the sky. So then, so when we recorded this, then I thought that these days the song cannot be promoted without a music video.
Hmm.
So, and I really like Fatima,
Hmm.
and tried to work together in the past, but somehow it didn't materialize.
Hmm.
So I spoke to her, "Okay, would you like to do a music video?" She was very, she loved the song, and then she said, "Yeah, I want to be part of it, but how will you shoot it? Because
Hmm.
I am sitting near Himalayas,
Yeah.
and he is in Mumbai." So
Yeah.
I told him that you will only have to direct, and you will have
Hmm.
to find a cameraman. I can
Hmm.
help you with the idea, I can help you with the script,
Hmm.
but finally you'll have to shoot it yourself. I'll shoot my part over here, but
Yeah.
that's like, uh, I'll be lip syncing my song,
Hmm.
but you the story and you'll have to uh, create a drama part of
Hmm.
music. So she came up with this idea. She actually feeds the stray dogs in her locality.
Hmm. Hmm.
Maybe I do that. Every night I go and do it.
Yeah.
So then let's weave a story around it.
Hmm.
And she was going to have this pet. She was going to have in 5 6 days. So then we waited for her to bring her pet, Bijli.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So this is how
So
it
that
happened.
is how, okay. But also, like Fatima wanted me to put this across to you that will you think about directing Fatima in a movie? Because I actually told her, like, hey, would you like to work with him? So she said, like, of course, like, if he wants to, like, you have to put a word for it. So, yes, now that is my question to you right now. Would you like prefer, directing her in a movie? Because the kind of films you do are completely different and people love that kind of movies. So, what you have to say on that?
Yeah, of course, she's a very fine actor, and it's not that now tell her that I approached her in the past also, and she didn't play the role.
Okay. Okay, but like Vishal, if you see the kind of music which is coming off late also, like somewhere some of the music is quite good, but like some is quite distasteful, like some music, like completely, like it's copied, or like the remix of old songs. What do you have to say on that? Like do you somewhere feel like that is something which happens, of course, but like the music does get affected in that case? What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying two things.
Hmm.
One is that we are doing the remixes of old songs.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate,
Hmm.
because unless the story demands, something like that, that you're using the original song also, and then you're
Yeah.
doing like I did also. I also did that in Heather.
Yeah.
Uh, there was I used Mehdi Hasan Saab's ghazal,
Hmm.
which is Gulo mein rang bhare baadeno bahar
Below
chale.
me, yeah.
हाँ, Gulo mein rang. So Gulo mein rang bhare I used because that was a part of the whole film.
Yeah.
I mean, Gulo mein rang bhare. I mean, Hamlet's father
Yeah.
sent a message across to the ghost with this
Hmm.
couplet. So that was the
Yeah.
part. That was a thread between father-son relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm an ardent fan of Mehdi Hasan.
Hmm. Okay.
I love Mehdi Hasan. I love. I don't think we have had or we'll have a ghazal singer like him ever
Hmm.
again. So then I paid a tribute to that composition that I took that a couplet and then the rest of the couplets which he didn't sing in his
Hmm.
version, I
Hmm.
recomposed that.
Hmm.
So I brought in my originality. I tell you one incident in that.
Hmm.
So when I have composed this and I made a track of that song, Gulu Marang Bhare,
Hmm.
so I called Arijit
Hmm.
to my studio that I want you to sing a very, very special song. Please
Yeah.
come. So he came, he heard the song,
Hmm.
and he said, I'll just go out for 2 minutes. I have to, I'll go out
Hmm.
for a. So I
Yeah.
said, okay. And then he's not coming back 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then I
Yeah.
inquired and I came to know he
Hmm.
left a message outside my office
Yeah.
that I'm not singing this song. I'm going away. And he ran away.
Why? But
Yeah,
why?
yeah, I'll tell you why. So
Yeah.
then finally he sang.
Hmm.
So then he called me at night and he
Hmm.
said, "Sir, this is a very eerie feeling because
Yeah.
his guru, uh, his guru used to sing this song, and
Hmm.
that was guru's most favorite composition.
Hmm.
So when guru was in a very good mood, in a very happy mood, then he will sing for his disciple this
Hmm.
composition
Yeah.
of. So he said, it reminded me all of my childhood and my guru and those moments. And I'm so scared that I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
I said, but that's why I called you because in these days, if you want to reinterpret Mehndi Hasan, we
Hmm.
need a singer with a substance.
Yeah.
He said, sorry, I can't do it. So I said, okay, I'm leaving this. I sent him on email, I sent him the music check that I'm sending it to you. It's up to you. Think about it. And if you feel like doing it, do it. So
Hmm.
he sent the track to me after 3, 4 days. So one night he said that, I remembered my guru and I sang it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, I deviated, but
Yeah. But yeah.
yeah, but the thing is, right now, the way the old songs are being used, it is, the intention is to just make a hit song.
Yeah. True. The soul
That
is missing somewhere.
no, it's more than the soul. Like I tell you, Lela O Lela Gana.
Hmm.
My son, who is from this generation,
Hmm.
he didn't know that it's an old film song. He said,
Okay.
it's a very cool song, Lela O Lela. I
Hmm.
told him that this is a rehash of the old song. So
Hmm.
I mean, there is one thing called a creative ego of an artist.
Yeah.
If you lose that creative ego, then you lose your self-respect also. So, and it's a very individual thing. If you are
Hmm.
happy in lifting a song
Hmm.
and taking the credit of it, it's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, I have no problem with that. It's a very individualistic phenomena,
Hmm.
which I like. I'll rather die and uh, take it, do
Yeah.
something like that. Unless a film requires, as I told you, I have done it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Gulu. And
But
the
the
other
way
thing,
you did it, it was very good. Like I've watched that movie. Like I really love that movie. So the kind of films, also the subject you touch, are also quite different. Like be it Heather, be it Sat Khun Maaf, the kind of films you have made so far. It's not something which is meant for like everyone in the public. Like there is a certain class which might like to watch. What attracts you to work on such projects? Like what is your intention behind working on such projects?
uh, more than the intention, you can only make the films you are capable of making or you like. making.
Yeah.
So I try to be myself. I do nothing else. So if my films are niche, if very less people watch them and can connect to them, is that the kind of person I am?
Yeah.
So I'm not doing anything, consciously. I'm not making an effort. In
Hmm.
fact, consciously, I am be trying to reach to the as much people as I can.
Yeah.
And I always think, this time, my film is going to be a hit with the masses. But it remains niche because that's the kind of person I am.
But even Kamine, for that matter, was quite different. But again, that was one of the movies, like, where it attracted the audience like, it was not niche. It was like, even, a lot of public liked it. So, like, it's not that, you have completely focused on, like, making niche projects also. But then again, Kamine was a very different project for you. What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, again, because that was my take on, Bollywood twin phenomena.
Yeah.
Uh, and I have been always fascinated with that, Ram or Sham and all those kind of films, Sita or Geeta. That's why now when I look back, I have made ट्विंस की तो मैंने बहुत फिल्में बनाई हैं मकड़ी मेरी पहली फिल्म भी ट्विंस की थी
Yeah.
देन या तो आई थिंक आई विल मेक वन मोर नाउ सो
So reveal something about it to us. If there is something, like some details coming out soon, if you can reveal about it.
no actually I'm looking for it. That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
that I'm looking for to complete the trilogy
You're
of
wanting to, okay, yeah, to
uh,
make, yeah.
yeah, films with twins. So yeah, so Kamine was a caper. I
Mm.
love Tarantino. I love Tarantino's film. I love Guy Ritchie's film.
Yeah.
And I love Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
So it was like that. I was in that zone. I was in that mood, and that mood will definitely come back again. Like
Yes.
Omkara, it was like I was on a different trip. I was. It's the flamboyance of Kamine was. I mean, so that will come back because those were the times also.
Yeah.
Uh, they were very good times where you were not affected by the things around you, what is happening on the social media, what is happening in the politics, what is happening with the friends around us. So uh, it was a
People
very
were
good.
away from social media, at least that time.
Yeah, that time it was the social media
Yeah.
was hardly there. So now so many things are happening, all around the world. The fascism is coming back in a big way. Unreasonable things are happening in the world. So uh, then you have to react to that what is happening around you. You can't shut your eyes. And so I think someday when things go back to normal, I'll go back to making Kamine films, caper films.
But also, when it comes to choosing characters for your films, like, actors for the characters, you try to depict on the, what kind of, research do you prefer doing? Or, for example, like when you selected Shahid Kapoor for playing Heather, like, that is a very tough role. We never thought, like, Shahid Kapoor would do a role like, Heather, or even for that matter, Kabir Singh, which became, of course, it was completely Bollywood masala. But then I'm not comparing the two because both are different, completely. But, like, someone like Shahid Kapoor doing such a tough role, when you select, an actor for a role like that, what do you keep in mind when it comes to these characters? Like, even, Priyanka for Saath Khoon Maaf, we got to see a lot of personalities of hers in that.
Fortunately, I knew both of them, when I selected them for those respective films.
Yeah.
Because Priyanka was and is a very, very dear friend of mine. She's very close to me. She's always very, very close to my heart, and there's some kind of soul connection with her.
Hmm.
So we worked in Kamine, and I wanted to keep working with her. I wanted to again work with her because I
Hmm.
was really, really thirsty to work with her. So, and I came across this story. I knew this story of Ruskin Bond,
Hmm.
and it was a very, very small 7-page short story.
Hmm.
So then I thought that it's better that I wanted to explore more of because I think for any good actor you have to be first, very intelligent person, and you should have a sense of humor.
Hmm.
So she had both of those qualities, and she was not camera conscious either.
Oh.
So We had a great time in Sat Khun Maaf. I think it's the best time I have ever had on a film set was Sat Khun Maaf. Then I knew Shahid from Kamine,
Hmm.
and I knew that he's a very talented actor,
Hmm.
and I think now he's getting his due, the
Hmm.
kind of due he deserved
Hmm.
for a long time. But
Yeah.
somehow and that I think that's where there was some frustration in him also for that, because he
Hmm.
was not getting his proper due
Yeah.
uh, from the masses, from the box office, or from the industry. So,
Yeah.
but I knew because I had worked with him in Kamine.
Yeah.
My only condition was with him that he'll have to go bald.
Hmm.
So that he agreed, and then we did that. So I knew both of them very well.
But for that matter, Matru Ki Bijli Ka, Mandola, that was also a different film, but then that didn't work at the box office. What do you feel could be the reason for failure? Like, even Imran Khan, for that matter, he's been very selective. I mean, like, of course, like he's, done very less films. But what do you think would be the reason for the failure of this movie?
Uh,
Was it
the
like somewhere it lost the connection with the audience, or like what are your thoughts on this? Like, because when you have your failures or success, you might be also like going through it, like what actually made that successful, or like what made it unsuccessful.
There was a little farcical element in that, and I was looking for a combination which, like the farcical and the realism,
Hmm.
which found in Fellini's film,
Hmm.
and a very director I love a lot. His name is Kusturica. So it was
Okay.
that kind of. I was doing a kind of experiment, the film
Hmm.
like a Black Cat, White Cat, and
Hmm.
Fellini's film. So it did connect with people, and it was a very leftist film.
Okay.
It was it was full of left philosophy, and so it didn't connect. So actually, you never come to know that what
Yeah.
is why things are
Yeah.
connecting. When I see the kind of films which connect with people and it
Yeah.
connects in a big way, I can't
Hmm.
relate to them.
Hmm.
And I wonder that I am surviving in this industry with my kind of films. This
Hmm.
is God grace.
Hmm. So basically, you don't get to know like what exactly. But tell me something about your upcoming projects. Like do you have any plans? Like because of course lockdown has been slowly lifted. There is an unlock phase going on. So what are your plans? With your upcoming
I'm waiting
projects.
for the vaccine to come.
Hmm. Pardon
So
me.
I'm waiting for the vaccine to come.
Acha, you're waiting for the vaccine to come, and then only you will think of like making a
Well,
film.
I'm thinking, but we don't know what's going to happen, Sumina. We
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen because things are really going crazy, and the second wave has come. We really don't know what's going to happen, when the vaccine is going to come. Is it going to be effective? When are we going to get the doses? I mean, it's a very
Right.
very confusing phase, and
Yeah.
we don't know what kind of film should we write. Should we write it thinking of a post-COVID scenario, or a pre-COVID scenario? It's a period film, or during the COVID.
Hmm.
So, and how will we shoot? How will we shoot the crowd scenes?
Hmm.
When
Yeah.
will we get the clearance that the whole country has been vaccinated, or the whole world has been vaccinated? So it's a very confusing state. So that's why I'm concentrating more on my music these days, and I'm very happy about it. I have my recording studio back there, so I spend most of the time in the studio.
So you're sorted right now with your music video, completely like contented with it somewhere.
And but no, not music video. I'm
Yeah.
contented with the music. Music
With your
video is
music, okay. Not
byproduct.
videos actually, but the music which you're actually okay.
Yeah, and music video is a byproduct of my music.
Yeah. You also worked with Irfan, in your films. If you have to tell something, about, Irfan as an actor, of course, we do miss him. Like, what happened was completely tragic and suddenly we just lost a gem. What do you have to say on, Irfan as an actor and as your friend? If one memory which is very, precious to you about him.
I've written a script on that, and which was published by TUI only on
Yeah.
your. So
Where you write.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Irfan is the kind of loss which can never be, repaired and fulfilled. I miss him a lot because I think now I can't think of subject where Irfan is not there. So that's
Hmm.
also becoming a big problem for me.
Okay.
I'm still overcoming Irfan.
But how the lockdown has like turned out for you so far, Vishal? Like, have you seen any changes in you, and has the perception overall changed in terms of taking things like right now, even for me or like for a lot of people, we take each day as it comes. So when it comes to you, what do you have to say on that?
Uh, I'm enjoying lockdown, and
Yeah, very one of those few people who are saying this. I must say that.
I'm totally enjoying. And I've discovered so many things about myself in this lockdown. I discovered a cook within me. And now I am learning all my music software, which I used to work on 20 years back. I have forgotten everything. I'm reconnecting with myself. And I think whatever happening is outside is actually nightmarish, but what is happening inside is very beautiful. I'm really reconnecting with myself, which I would have never done if this lockdown hadn't happened.
And the last question to you, what do you have to say on the ongoing social media troll? Because something what happened the worst during this pandemic is actually the negativity on the social media. What do you have to say on that?
I'm trying my best not to go on the social media,
Yeah.
and I ask my assistants to post for me, and because it's very ugly what is happening. It's very tragic. We had never stooped down to such a low level in our life. As human beings, as a society, we are showing our worst colors politically, socially, emotionally. I mean, it's a greed to it's like the worst point it has reached. The greed. Sorry, I was going to abuse.
I have to beat that. I have to delete it completely, edit
But
it.
I think you had to. So
Right.
it's very bad. I mean, Sushant's death is so tragic, and I just watched his film. Today I completed his last film. He's so good in that,
Yeah.
and it's really tragic. And what is happening to Ria, and I mean, she's right now. I just read the news that she's been arrested for the
But
drug thing.
not for murder, not for murder. She's been
I mean,
arrested
it's
for drugs.
so appalling. I mean, how blatant uh, a center-state relationship can be defined. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, politically, we are stooping down to such low levels. It's really sad.
In many places, in fact, in many countries, it's made legal also, like be it marijuana, be it hashish, they have been made legal and they have been used for like mental illnesses also, for like a lot of things. Like, I'm not trying to
But,
like
but you have to accept that there's a mental illness. I mean, we are so, incompassionate to, non-compassionate to our, mental illness program as a society. We don't acknowledge it.
I
I
agree.
mean, you see, go to the big hospitals like Kokila or
Yeah.
or many. You find out how many of them have the psychiatry ward.
In fact, depression rate in India is also very high, but the acknowledgement about
What
accepting
is
that
the
someone is in depression is not there. Even depression or mental illness, for that matter, overall.
stigma is attached? The stigma is attached.
Yeah.
There's stigma. So we are not taking care of anyway. What we are talking about mental health. We are not taking care of anything in our country. I mean, this is. I mean, I just saw the poster of in Bihar elections, bhulenge na bhulne denge. So you realize why this is all happening.
I just hope that we find a way somewhere where these things like get sorted.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
somewhere,
yeah. Because I am an outsider. I came
yeah,
from a small town and I made it big over here.
yeah.
I mean, when they are saying this nepotism, this is all rubbish. Nothing is, like that. If you are talented, nobody can stop you.
But
And
also,
if you're not talented, whoever family you can belong to, you will never make it big. It's as simple as that.
True.
And
And
not
also,
just
if
Anish Mehra, so many people we came from outside and made it big.
even Shah Rukh Khan, for that matter, who was like an outsider and like now the
Akshay
King Khan
Kumar.
of Bollywood, Akshay
Akshay
Kumar.
Kumar.
Yeah, yeah,
Akshay Kumar came from there.
yeah.
Akshay Kumar is the leader
Hmm.
of, an outsider who came and made it so big. And
Yeah.
is still making big and going bigger and bigger and bigger, and he'll be the biggest.
Yeah.
Bachchan
But
Saab.
yeah, but I just hope, like, I mean, of course, like, whatever is happening in this case, somewhere it, comes down, like, there is some solution to this and it ends, because I think the biggest factor to focus right now is about economy also. And I just hope, like, if there is something to it, he gets justice or whatever. Thank you so much for your time, Vishal. And I just hope, like, I get to see your films now, because we are waiting for that to happen very soon. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Bye.